All right, all right, all right. Welcome to Catch the Craze podcast. I'm your host with the most, Sam, the crazy man, Vera. And tonight, my camera's dark. It is kind of dark up in here. It's been a minute. There it is. All right, cool. We have two guests on tonight. So we got back-to-back interviews. We have JD Calderon and we have Aaron Rublowski. I hope I pronounced it right. And we're going to have a packed show right before the holiday season. And George is not with us. He's in Chicago with the family. So with that said, let's get it.
We are the only show for independents all around, giving you a platform to spread your word all over town. Catch the Craze is the place to promote to your fans with the dream of Medina and Sam the Crazy Man. Subscribe to our show and never miss an episode. It's time to get your mans, listen to us on the go. Updated every week, we never miss a day. Join the squad, come on in. It's time to catch the Craze. If you are an independent, catch the Craze. Making moves on your own, catch the Craze. On your grind in the streets, catch the Craze. Join the movement, catch the Craze.
Yeah, George, we did it again. Come on now. You know you want to do it. Catch the Craze. What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Okie dokie. I'm back. It's been a minute since George and I have been on the show. I am dark. I don't know what's going on with my camera. I got the light on my face. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, I guess I'll be in the dark for a little bit. So yeah, it's been a while. What's up? Creators Outlet in the house. It's been a while. So lots going on. The proofs for the soft cover edition of Forbidden has been approved. I'm waiting to approve the hardcover. We've been going back and forth. There's been some things from that end, but we're still on point to get everything shipped out in January to everybody who backed the Forbidden campaign. So thank you so much. I learned a lot about formatting large format books for hardcover and softcover. Two different issues come up, but yeah, that's going on. And then, as you know, that what's up, Lou in the house, and I'm working on Comic Wars. I'm bringing back the first comic I ever created in the comic book game. I revamped, redrawn, rewrote the story. It's a lot more excitement, so I'm excited about that. And more news to come about that. So if you haven't signed up for the launch of Cosmic, sign up today. And ready to join the adventure. I mean, this is the originator. I created Gorf when I was about 12, 13 years old. The character doesn't look anything like he does now, which is crazy. He's evolved and he's matured. You know, when you're young, you got a big head and big ears and you look a little goofy, but then as you get older, you start maturing into your body, you start filling yourself out. That's what happened with Gorf. He was a little crazy in the beginning. San Martino in the house, what's up? And with that said, we have two guests back to back tonight, which is crazy. And I got no co-host, which is even crazier. So I'm going to have to wing it in the dark. I don't know what's going on. I think I got to change this. Oh, look at that. See, I move up closer and I get lighter. I got to change that camera. I think that camera is on its last legs. But with that said, without further ado, why do you only see my neck? We're going to start with an old friend. One of the guys that we entered the game with. He was actually the original printer of Catch the Crazy Comics. He actually printed some of our books and stuff. He introduced us to retractable banners and schooled us on a lot of things that because we were just aspirants. We were wet behind the ears and breaking into the comic game. And he was like, "Look, let me show you something." And then like we do with the Craze, we just took it to the next level. What's up, Dan in the house? So let's welcome JD Calderon. Que pasa?
Que pasa? What's up, Sam? How you been?
How you been? I've been good. Yourself?
Cold. Other than that, I'm
good. Oh, well, I don't have that problem. It's 70-something degrees out here.
Nice. All right. Well,
yeah.
Move to Texas, you end up with that type of weather.
Yeah, I seen better days. I got like 6 stitches on my lip. I got bit, but
Who bit you?
stray dog.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, hey, buddy. He's like, ow, and it was over.
Wow.
Yeah.
You didn't want to be friends anymore after that. You're like, all right.
Nah, man. I was like, don't you know I'm the dog whisperer? What's the matter with you? He goes, yeah, don't whisper in my ear, buddy.
Mhm. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, that's why, dude, you can't let you out on the streets.
No, man. I know. Yeah, I can't let a stray go by. You know me. I think I don't know how many hundreds of animals I've rescued over the years, bro.
Right.
How you been?
Good, man. You know, doing the job thing. You know how it is. Making comics, making more comics, and planning on making even more comics. You know, running 2 campaigns.
I know.
And then planning the next 3 or 4. So,
dude, you know, God bless you, because it's exhausting. Like even now, I'm like thinking of pushing Cosmic Wars launch a little further out into the spring, because I'm like tired right now. And it's, you know, we both work in the retail world, and that exhausts you alone. And so it's like for me, I'm like, I don't know if I want to do it so soon. Maybe I'm gonna have to push it back. And I don't even want to. I don't want to do more than 2. I don't know how you do 50 a year.
Well, I did 11 last year, or this year, excuse me.
11. Damn.
11. I did 11. You know, and I was like, I kind of fell short 3 or 4 of them. You know, wanted to do a few more, but you know.
Wow.
I
So
let those get away.
I guess that makes up for not doing cons, right?
Pretty much, yeah. That's what it is. You know, I'm not doing any shows, so whatever extra time I have, I'm just putting into just, you know, producing the whether it's the content or the Kickstarters. So yeah. So you got a lot of time, so you just, all right, let's do it this way. And the thing is next year I'm picking up an artist from overseas. Contract's already signed. Or I should say the agreement's already signed, and I will be representing them here in the States on Kickstarter.
Wow.
Yeah. So
look at you making moves.
Yeah, well, you know, I had to start making them at some point, you know.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. So what made you decide that you wanted to go that route?
I need more money.
Straight to the point.
No, I mean, there's a few things, but I mean, listen, in the end, you know, I mean, I spoke to this guy, mad cool dude, known him for a minute. And you know, like everybody else, he needs money, but in the country he's in, he can't produce Kickstarters. Okay, so he's outside of that game. So I was like, look, I could rep you over here, blah blah blah. You know, we worked out something on a campaign by campaign basis. It's literally just a one-shot thing. I don't claim any ownership to anything of his. And it's just, you know, the one campaign. We'll see how it goes. If it goes well, you know, maybe we'll do another one. You know,
nice.
Just to start it up. Because there are other individuals who I've seen, like, either they just don't want to do like their own campaigns, or they're outside of the country and they literally can't.
Right.
So you know,
it requires a lot, because just designing a Kickstarter campaign, it's like marketing in itself, right? It's like from everything from the image that you use, the thumbnails, the description, you know, all of the, you know, it requires a lot of work. I mean, I think it takes me like a little over 2 weeks to put one together.
I try to bang them out in about
5 minutes.
About a weekend. I try to bang them out in a weekend. You know,
that's because you do a billion a year.
Yeah, well, you got to work fast. You're like, if you don't work quick, you're not gonna get it done. You're just like, all right, let's get these done. You know, it's just like, look, just like I've told everyone, the campaign ends, I order the books. Right. Yeah. Typically, by the time the Kickstarter is paying me, I have the books in my hand, and I'm already partway packing them. You know, they're already inserted into the bags and boards, or they're signed. You know, I might pack up like some of, like, you know, you always have that one level that it's like the basic level, and I'll pack up those in advance so they're ready. So once it's paid up, I just start shipping. You know, try to get them in and out as quick as possible. You know,
beast mode,
huh?
Beast mode.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what it is, man. That's what it is. It's a look. I mean, I'm doing the Oswald Chronicles, and that's the passion project. And I don't make any money on this, right? Whatever money I get, I give it right back to the artist. So that being the case, as much money as I can get in, the better, because there's just more artists I'm going to hire.
Yeah.
So I already have 2 artists working on Oswald. I'm talking about pen and ink. I want a third.
So they each artist working on separate issues of Oswald?
Yeah, separate stories.
The same one. Oh, separate stories. Wow.
Separate stories, yeah. So I got 2 people working on it. Jay Gonzalez and Renio Tillis. They're each working on separate stories. And if I can find a third person, to throw in that mix, I will. Because I have what's coming up is the Third Life, which would be the end of the series, but it's 14 stories. So I want to get all 14 of those done. And some of them are long. Like, I know one of them is going to be probably in excess of 200 pages. Wait, hold on. You said, I gotta pull this back for a second. You said it's the end of the story, but it's 14 stories, and one of them is 200 pages. That's not the end of the story, bro. That's not the end of the story, bro. That's like the beginning of the world. It's crazy. What's the other one? 500 pages? No. Because I have mixed in. Like, some of them are one shots, but some of them are longer. I know the first one is long, and the second one is medium, and then the last one is long. But do what? You just got to keep. It's a tree for me. It's like a big, giant red oak, and I have my little tiny ass axe, and I'm like, and I'm just chipping away at that sucker.
So how many stories are within the main story? Like, how many stories that branch out in your tree?
44
stories that branch out. And how many have you completed so far?
Yeah, that's a good question. 2,
I got him.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 are completed as comic books. Some of the stories are prose and will not be released as comic books. They're more thoughty, right? So they're just better as prose. So yeah.
How often do you write, and how much time do you allocate, whether it's by day or by week, to just write?
Well, usually I would allocate an hour, right? Now, at least an hour a day. Sometimes 2 or 3 hours on the weekends, depending on what's going on. But usually it's an hour. But the Oswald Chronicles is done. So I finished that a couple of years ago. So I'm just in pure editor mode. I'm just like, I put the scripts. The scripts have been sitting around for a minute. So usually a couple months before I know I'm gonna hand them off to an artist, I'll sit back and I'll do a hard edit, and I'll be like, okay, how can we really get this down? So yeah.
So how do you keep? So all right, you finished it a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Now, when you're pulling it out to hand it over to an artist, you go back and say, let me go and check this before I give it up and make sure that I'm good with it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So how many times do you find yourself revising?
All the time. Every time I hit it. Every time I hit it. I mean, I go back and I see older works and I'm messing around with the dialogue all the time. I'm like, all right, let's tighten this up. Let's fix this up. I mean, like right now, I think I did the word balloons over on one entire story. It was like 140-page story. And I was just like, I don't like the way any of this looks. Oh, yeah, that's right. I redid all the lettering. Because it was already lettered, but I wanted the fonts to be a different font. And I just changed it, fixed it, messed with it, did whatever I had to do to get it to a point where I liked it. And I know I'm going to come back to it 2 years later. I'm going to be like, I got to do this again. That's the thing, is like I'm a constant noodler. So usually I just try to leave stuff alone, but it's hard, man. You go back in there, you start playing with it, start messing with it. You know, I love this stuff.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
understand. When I pulled out Cosmic Wars from the chest, I was like, all right, I got to rewrite this. I got to redo this. I got to do this. Yeah, so I went back and I tightened it up. As you mature, I guess over the
Mhm.
years, you're I guess it's, what is it called? Like
Well, your eye
it's like
improves.
yes, your eye improves, right?
Right.
And timing, pacing, all that stuff
Mhm.
improves, right? And then even
Exactly.
that, even connecting the dots and plotting, right? And
Mhm.
supporting cast members. Sometimes we didn't give them enough screen time, but then we realized, well, this is significant. We need to add to this, right?
Right. So yeah, I mean, and that's what it is. It's just like, you just got to get into the flow state of it, and once you're in there, you just got to try to stay in there for as long as you can.
Right.
The thing I tell everyone is, you've been on my show plenty of times, so
Yeah.
it's a thing of write consistently, right, and force yourself to sit down and write.
Yeah.
Even if you don't have anything to say that day, or you feel like you don't have anything to say that day, or whatever you put on the page you feel is going to be crap, it doesn't matter. Just put it down on the page,
Yeah.
because I guarantee you, the stuff you feel you're spewing out of your brain today, 6 months from now, you're not going to know, because you're
Yeah.
going to go back to re-edit it. Right, 6 months from now, you're going to look at it, you're like, oh, what the hell was wrong with this? Or you're not even going to notice the difference.
Yeah.
Right? Or if there's a problem, you're going to fix it, and that's it. So
Yeah.
I tell everybody, just force yourself, just keep at it. And look, and ever since I finished Oswald, I've been having issues just like sitting down and just focusing, just so I say, I gotta write. But it's like, it's like after Oswald, like I don't want to get into any more big epics,
Right.
because that Whole Tales I have to finish still. Oswald, like I said, as far as the writing is done, but Oswald is going to be like probably 3,000 to 4,000 pages by the time I'm done with it.
Wow.
And
Crazy.
it's like, yeah, exactly. I agree.
That's fantastic. And what's also fascinating is that you're an avid collector still, right? And you love reading
Yeah.
comics. So what are you currently reading now that gets you excited?
Well, Jeff Johns, the stuff he's doing over at Image, Ghost Machine,
Mhm.
Geiger, what is that? Redcoat, Rook, all three of those. Those are all good books, man. Those are really, really good books.
Nice. So do you still have your pull list?
No, I don't do it. Like, here's the thing, though. I don't buy, just regular stapled comics anymore. I only buy trades, hardcovers, omnibuses. Those are the only things I buy these days. So, and it's been like that for going on 12 years now. So,
Oh, wow.
So that's all I buy. If I buy an individual comic book, it's gonna be like a first issue, just to check it out, and then then maybe I'll go back and I'll buy the another, maybe I'll save it and I'll say, okay, I'll buy the trade when it comes out, something along those lines, But
yeah, when I buy floppies, it's usually at a convention, or I just happen to pop into a comic shop and I go into a corner doing the long boxes and look for those independents that I never heard of. And I try to see, what was in the game or what's been out there for a while or whatever. And I try, and then if it catches my eye, I'll pick it up and give it a shot. But that's what I've only done indies lately.
Yeah, if I'm doing a dollar bin diving, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for indies. I'm looking for the unusual indies, stuff from the 80s, early 90s, 80s. I'm looking for that stuff, especially at $1 a book, man. We're like,
yeah, man. And we'll go to those price bookstores. They find some rare comics there, and I'm like, man, look at this. It's a gold mine.
Yeah. Like I have Midtown Comics. Their outlet is probably about a half a mile from where I'm at, and I go in there, and sometimes I have half off sales, and I give myself a limit of $10, right? Because if not, I'll come home with like a bushel of stuff. So I give myself a limit of $10. But on those days, I'm like, all right, I can buy 20 books. I'm like, all right, let's take this.
Wait, so Midtown Comics has an outlet store in Queens.
Yeah, they have an outlet. Yeah, in Queens. Yeah,
and they mark down whatever what's been marked down already. Damn.
Yeah, they have
that's gold mine.
They have dollar bins, right? And then they mark the bins down to 50 cents a book.
Damn.
And they do that, once every 6 weeks or so. They'll have that.
I hope they have some. I hope they're not using interns because back in the days, remember St. Mark's Comics?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Back in the days, they were having a midnight sale. And I don't know if you remember Robert Garrett. He did Galtao. He was producing Galtao independent comic book, but he and I worked together. So we went to the midnight. And so I'm digging into crates, right? The long boxes. Right. And I find all the issues of Moon Knight by Stephen Platt, signed by Stephen Platt. In bags and board in mint condition. So I go, and it's $1. So I go to the register, I pay it, and the manager comes walking over and goes, "Wait, that's wrong. Who put that in the long box?" I said, "Too late now." Pew.
That's it, man.
And I never read them. I still got them in the bag, in the long boxes, bagged and boarded. I never even opened them.
Gotcha. Nice. Yeah. It's probably time to sell them.
I know. I got to look it up. But so your passion for writing and your passion for Oswald, it's amazing how much you've invested in the project, and you currently have a campaign out right now, right? What my eyes see, I cannot tell.
Right.
How'd you come up with that title?
It's partially has to do with what's going on in the story, right? So whenever I come up with weird titles like that, there's something involved. So, what my eyes see, I cannot tell is basically the story is Oswald's riding around on the back of a pigeon with a friend of his, and they end up spotting, I guess, like a UFO or something, right? And in the window of the UFO, he sees his wife.
Oh, his wife. Okay.
No,
I thought you said he saw Duty.
That'd have been really strange. But no, he sees his wife, and his wife has been dead for a number of years, right? Because he was in Dream for a long time, and he spent like 80 years in Dream, right? He was only asleep for 2 weeks, but time runs differently. So he was in it for 80 years, and during that time, he had a family, wife, kids, the whole thing. He ran an empire, and his wife had died, and and he sees her in this thing. That's what that comes from. What I see, I cannot tell, or whatever. And it's this particular story is the story of him telling the story of how he met his wife and how he took over this empire. Well, the empire was given to him, and how he fell in love with his wife because it was an arranged marriage, right? The king that was passing it to him, this was his daughter, right? And the people that he took over, called the Mar, they are creatures of energy, right? So they're shapeshifters, they're energy. So whenever they take on a new emperor, their emperor is their template. So if their emperor had been a sparrow, they would have all turned into sparrows. In this case, nice. Oswald's a mouse, they would all turn into mice. So and and this is the story of him when he first meets his wife. Well, the first time he falls in love with his wife, like he knew he loved her, So it's partially that. There's a lot of adventure. There's a thing with him trying to break his people away from what he considered an evil religion, right? They followed this entity, and he wanted him to get them away from it. So so that's what he worked towards, and he was fighting towards it. And this tells that story as well. So
that's beautiful. I mean, this issue is illustrated by Jade.
Yes, this is Jade Gonzalez. Yes.
Does she also color it?
It's in black and white. The covers are, the cover is colored by Slamet Mugino, and I'm murdering that man's name.
Slamet Mugino.
Yeah, something.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, something.
So I mean, like that one image where you have Oswald and another character flying on the pigeon.
Right.
The coloring on that is like flawless.
Yeah, that's
Beautiful.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he also do the coloring for the cover by Douglas?
No, Douglas cover. Douglas Illustrated. He did the entire thing.
Oh wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's beautiful.
Yeah, Douglas Trigger. I found him on DeviantArt, and I just sent out a query. I said, "Yo, what do you charge?" And I was like, "Oh, that's cool." And I hired him. I've already worked with him like 4 or 5 times. So, good dude.
Nice. So what can readers expect from this?
Well, what they can expect from this is like the story I just told you, right? But also, this is a very good jumping on point, because from before this, as you well know, I wrote these stories out of order, right?
Yes, I know you confused the hell out of me. Yeah, go ahead.
Right, they were all over the place.
Yes.
Believe it or not, from this point on out, it's linear. So it goes in one straight line through the story.
Oh, good. Yeah, good.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I mean, George and I had a debate. It's like, where are you? I just say, I don't know, but I said, I'm confused. And we thought we were pretty smart, but we couldn't figure it out.
I had to start sending out cards with the stories in the list of how in the order they go in. I was just, all right, let's start sending these out to people, because I had people that were asking, like, where does this fit in? Where does this fit in? I was, all right, this goes like this. So yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, but absolutely. But that's what I'm saying. This is actually a very good jumping on point, because from this point on out, it's linear. So if you start with this particular story and then you work into the next one, it's all going to be linear. And then in between the campaigns, I'm doing trade paperbacks from older stories. I'm doing once in a while, like I have a series now. It's being colored by, you remember David Montoya?
Yeah.
So he's coloring another series for me that was it's Oswald, but there's another story. It's we were just passing through this, so that's going to be coming out in color soon. And I just want to eventually, like, I've spoken of my business model: black and white comics, black and white trades, and then eventually color comics, and then color trades.
Nice.
Because I mean, life is rough. Got to make as much money for this stuff as we can, because again, the artists need to be fed.
Yeah. So I know that you're pretty committed, but I'm doing the math right now. It says you got 15 days to go, but you're delivering it in December. So I'm like, I was like, how are you gonna pull that one off? I know you like to work, and I know you're aggressive.
Oh, no. It says, if you look, it says December 2026.
Oh, okay, 26. Okay. Woo. I was like, wait. You got me. I was like, wait, hold on. How's he doing it?
Yeah. No, because I was like, yeah. I said, no. It flows into January.
Okay.
Because I didn't want this campaign to hit this year's taxes. That's what that was.
Always a businessman. Always a businessman. That's fantastic. So, give us your elevator pitch, and where can they find you? I'm giving you the screen. It's all you.
All right. The elevator pitch is this: Oswald swept off into a different dimension. In that dimension, he finds a group of people. They are holding his long lost wife captive, and Oswald wants to rescue her. And during that process, he's with a friend who insists that he explain the story to him, like what happened, because he doesn't know. He never met his wife. He's never known Oswald being married. And Oswald tells him the story of when he had first met his wife and how he first fell in love with her. And you can find me on theoswaldchronicles.com, Facebook, Instagram, Kickstarter, especially Kickstarter. And Sunday nights on Indie Comics Explained. So there you go.
Outstanding. Right. Always a pleasure having you on. You're always welcome back. You don't even have to ask. Right. Sorry about the snafu last week. I had to work, but I'll always make it happen, especially for you.
I know. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Like you say, the same thing with my show.
Yes, and I wish you and Daphne a happy and Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year.
Yep, everybody, please, happy holidays. Enjoy great New Year. Tell that guy Aaron Rablowski tell him to get on the game. No, I'm only joking. Aaron's a cool dude. He comes on my show all the time.
Awesome. Thank you,
All right.
JD.
All right. Thank you,
All right.
Sam, bro. I'll talk to you soon,
Peace.
brother.
You
Take
got
care.
it.
Peace.
All right, Aaron, what's up?
Hey,
Waiting patiently in the green room.
Yeah, I've been listening. I sent a few messages. I had some. I pulled out a cord by accident, so I had to kind of restart everything.
Oh, no worries. Yeah, I saw that in the back end. Yeah. So how you been?
I'm doing great, thanks. Enjoying the time off. Enjoying the weird weather. It's currently it's warm here too. So
Oh yeah.
But supposedly we're getting the big freeze next week. So yay!
And where you located?
In Kentucky.
Kentucky. Wow.
As you can tell by my accent.
Yes. So I know that you have Pillars of Creation coming soon on Kickstarter. But before we talk about that, for anybody who's never heard of you or doesn't know what you do, tell us a little bit about your background and what you do.
I am the writer creator of several series. Started with Enenra, which is a post-apocalyptic horror. And then I got into Blood and Fire, which is a samurai with a bit of horror elements to it. That finished. Now I'm doing its sequel, Ice and Bone, which is I just had the 3rd issue successfully kickstarted, and now I'm doing science fiction horror with Pillars of Creation.
Wow! So let's go. Let's rewind a little bit. What got you into writing?
It's writing general. I used to go to the cinema with my friends back in Scotland. And I used to say, I wouldn't do that. I'd do this differently. And they got basically tired of me complaining. So they said, go and write something. Shut up. So that's what I did. I started writing scripts for films, TV. That's where Enenra started out as a TV series. I got picked up by an agent. They shopped it around. Didn't get much traction because I'm Mr. Nobody. But one of the actual agents said it would make a kick-ass graphic novel. And luckily for me, they had Ezekiel on their books, who does the artwork for the series, both Enenra and Blood and Fire, Ice and Bone. So yeah, that's how I got into comics as well, is through Enenra, working through that, researching the hell out of doing comic scripts.
Nice.
Yeah, literally all my comics that I have are Kickstarters. I don't have any mainstream like Marvel or DC. I think the only kind of mainstream is I've got like a volume of Saga. So that's it. Everything else is Kickstarters.
That's awesome. I think that's the best motivational speech I've ever heard. Shut up and go write something.
Pretty much. Yeah. I mean, it did shut me up. Let's put it that way. It's a lot harder to do with yourself when you criticize someone else's work. It's a lot easier than writing it yourself.
Right. So let's see if we could tap into that moment when you said, all right, I'm going to put the pen to paper. And, what was the inspiration that directed you to write that first story that you wrote?
Actually, it's science fiction. I love science fiction. I wrote Arc, which is I've actually turned into a novel as well, which I'm currently editing. Because usually you do like a page a minute script wise for a film. Mine came in at 268, I think, 270 odd pages. So you're looking at over 3 hours long. So it's like no one's gonna do that. So I thought, well, I'll trim it down. But then I thought, well, why not just make it into a novel? So then I started converting it into a novel. But yeah, that's why I came back and did Pillars of Creation. Is I love science fiction, especially horror, Dead Space, Aliens, Event Horizon, all kind of my inspiration for the series, and I cannot wait to get it going.
But you just skipped over something that's pretty significant, right? You said you started writing it and you realized it's 3 hours. No one's going to want to spend 3 hours. So I'm going to reformat this and write it as prose. That's a whole different process.
How long?
How long did that take?
Well, unfortunately, I lost the file.
Oh,
My
that's the
my
worst.
laptop got corrupted.
Oh,
And back up, you back up, you back up, because
yes.
I think I spent a good year lost.
Wow.
Yeah, so I had to start all over again, and I cried. I had a lot of drink. I think I didn't touch it for months because, like,
You were
I just
angry.
couldn't. I was,
Yeah.
I was pissed. I was really pissed.
Yeah, I'd be too.
So yeah, it took a long time. I went back, revisited my notes, and started again. Yeah, it's that's why I kind of like comics, because the way I write it is very similar to the format's different, obviously, but the way I visualize it for a
Right.
TV script, you're visualizing what the camera is going to see. Where in the comics, you're visualizing what the artist is going to create and what the readers are going to see. So
Right.
for me, it's very similar. It's just the format's different.
Yeah. I mean, how many things did you break in that process of you getting through that?
No comment.
Because I mean, I know, because I mean, I had a fortune to try to recover my files from a hard drive. That's even worse.
Yeah.
So now I have like a stack of hard drives, and I have like 4 backups because of that.
Oh, luckily I use because I use my work computer and everything's on the cloud. So that's
Yes.
one thing. So I still back up on like hard drives, usually every month. But because it's on the cloud, I don't have to do as many backups, which
Right.
is nice. Because like I dropped my computer, my rucksack decided to open itself in the middle of the airport, and
Oh no.
all I heard was like crash. I'm like, what the frick? And turned around behind me, and I had a nice little dent in my my laptop. So I'm like, oh well, work's gonna be impressed. So
Yeah.
I got a loaner, and luckily everything's on, like I said, over in the cloud. So
Mhm.
just hooked it up, everything downloaded. I'm like, yes,
Yeah.
success. But yeah, there's a
I've
few
dropped
touchy moments there when looking at the screen.
Yeah, I've dropped my laptop. I've sat on my iPad Pro and cracked it at a convention.
Yeah.
I put it down to sign a copy of the book, and then I forgot it was on the chair, and it's a curved chair, and I sat down and crash, it was gone. But to your point, everything was in the cloud, so I was good. But I just enjoyed that whole weekend.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you got through that process. 8 months later, you decided to get back into the game. Do you feel like you're writing what you think that what you had to rewrite, it was stronger than what you initially wrote?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you always. I mean, I'm a kind of self-taught writer, so I kind of try and write in the similar way as like I've read other books, and the more you do it, the better you get. Same with comics. The more you write, the better your scripts get, the better your ideas get, more fleshed out. I'm sure JD would say the same. Going back from his first issue to what he's done now, it's like comparing apples and oranges. It's going to be vastly different.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I know you mentioned a lot of films that influenced you. Are there any writers, or is there anything that you're reading now that gets you excited?
I haven't actually. I don't read a lot, to be honest. I listen to audiobooks because I travel for work. So driving, I just stick an audiobook on and just cruise.
Nice.
I'm actually listening to a UK series. I can't freaking remember the author's name, but it's set in London. I think the first one is Rivers of London or something like that. It's basically if the Met, the police force, one of them is a magician, and this guy just suddenly discovers that he can learn magic because he was interviewing a guy during a crime scene, and then the guy actually walked through a wall because he's a ghost, and it kind of opens up a whole new world for him. It's like if Harry Potter was like a police officer.
Right. Nice. So it's was really it Ben Aronovich?
That rings a bell. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a best-selling novel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I think I'm on number 5 of the series, and it's really, really cool.
That's awesome. Yeah. I think I drive too, and I'm usually on the road to get to work. It's usually about an hour and 45 minutes, hour and a half. So I'm usually
Yeah.
listening to whether it's uh listen to a lot of motivational stuff with like Tony Robbins, and but I also listen to um FBI files podcasts and that kind of stuff
Yeah.
because they're long, and so
Yeah.
I can listen from start to finish for the whole drive.
Yeah. So for me, it's about 2.5-hour drive to the airport.
Wow.
And then obviously if I'm going somewhere, if I get a rental hired car, then I just put it on because it's on my phone. So I just plug it in and play.
Right.
Especially
now-
if there's nothing on the flight. Because
Yeah.
I don't know, movies on flights now are just like so old. I mean, the good thing about it though is like I flew to Milwaukee, and through the flights I watched Avatar 1 and 2, ready to watch number 3 when I come home.
That's awesome. Awesome. It's better than watching Casablanca.
Yeah, that's true.
So now you're writing several different genres, right?
Yes.
So yeah. So why? Tell me about that. How did you decide that, you know what, this time I'm going to go this direction, this time I'm going to go this direction?
And then kind of came and like fell on my lap that way. Actually, Blood and Fire, the samurai, was out of the blue because Ezekiel, the artist for Enenra, posted a samurai image on his Instagram, and I just liked it, typed, "Oh, this would make a great character in a novel or a comic."
Right.
And he kind of replied, "Write one." It's like, damn it, I will. So I kind of, thought about it. Nothing much came of it, and then it started writing itself. It was actually the quickest quickest series I've ever written. I think I wrote it in a couple of weeks, start to finish, edited it, loved it. It just wrote itself. It was really kind of organic and fluid. And then, I loved it. He loved it. We got together and finished that series off. And then it was supposed to be a 3-issue standalone storyline, and I just couldn't let it go and came back and wrote 4 more issues. So just finished issue 3 of Ice and Bone, the sequel series, and can't wait to get the pages in. It is still, late pages are still available on it.
Nice.
So if you go to Kickstarter, Ice and Bone, it's still there.
Nice.
And then hopefully finishing the series next year with number 4.
Nice. So you have Pillars of Creation #1 coming soon on Kickstarter. Walk us through that. What is it? What is it about?
It is my kind of dabble into science fiction horror. Like I said, if you love Aliens, Event Horizon, Pandorum, Night Flyers, they're kind of really big inspiration for this. It follows a crew of the Icarus as they're traveling home. They are a planetary survey team, so they go to various planets, mostly barren, lifeless, to do a survey for planet cracking and mining.
Right.
They are woken early by the corporation, and they are sent to a planet where a survey team has gone missing. One of the crew, Hannah, is shocked to discover her partner is one of those missing.
Wow.
So they get to the planet, and as you can usually tell, all hell breaks loose.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So how many pages is this book? And this is part 1.
Yeah, the first issue is 32 pages. There is going to be 12 total, 12 issues, each running around 32, 28 pages, that mark. I'm writing the final 4 issues now, and they're probably going to be big ones because I want to keep it 4. So I can do 4 issues, do a trade, 4 issues, trade. So the last ones are probably going to be in the 40s because there's a lot that happens in the last 4 issues. but I'm doing a lot of merchandise with it. There's going to be, t-shirts, hoodies, 3D models of the ship. There's a lot I'm planning on doing with it. I've even got little coins I'm going to emboss with designs for each issue. So.
That's awesome. I'm looking at the artwork, and it's a unique style. So tell me about the artist, or what made you land on this specific style? It's hard for me to define it. It really,
I can like.
Yes, it really stands out, and it's different from what I've seen.
Yeah, I've been really lucky with my artists because I tend to obviously have the internal artist and the main cover, and then have variant covers done for the series. And Caleb Addy, who's doing the internals for this one, did variant covers for Blood and Fire and Ice and Bone, and he's been amazing. I came to him because he does fantastic artwork on his Instagram and on Facebook, and I've always liked his. And he actually did an Aliens, a xenomorph image, and it blew me away. It was really cool. Wow. And I had this idea for the science fiction. I'd written the first book and kind of sent it to him. It's like, would you be interested in doing the Eternals? And he went, yes. And I'm like, yes. So yeah, we signed the agreement. He's on board, hopefully, fingers crossed, for the whole series. Nice. And like, if I can do 2 a year, that'd be fantastic. It really depends on the Kickstarter, how it funds, what extra I can put into the next book, get that as ready for the next launch as possible. But yeah, that's the kind of the way I kind of try and get artists, because I know there's been a fair few horror stories of artists like just ditching. Yeah. So I try and do a kind of a working relationship, get them to do some variant covers. If it works, then I pitch them a series to see if it, and especially if it gels with their style. Yeah. Because that's how I found Hernan Gonzalez, who's doing Amor Patrice, who is my science fiction, supernatural horror. Right. He did a couple variant covers as well, and he's working with the stuff he does with shadows and is amazing. So like black and white horror, it's up his alley. Is amazing. Nice.
Yeah, I love the thumbnail that you have for the Kickstarter for Pillars of Creation. I mean, the mood, the drama, just to look in it's a female's eyes.
Yeah.
The look in her eyes of concern and intensity. I think you just captured it beautifully.
Yeah. There's a lot that happens in Pillars. There's action, there's horror, there's characters. It has the whole thing. So yeah, I'm really, really excited to get this launched. I had these pages since April.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because I really wanted to launch it this summer, or let's say last summer, but I was just so knackered, and Pillars, and then Ice and Bone was in full swing, and it just didn't seem like I could fit it in anywhere.
Right.
And then I just made the decision, I'll wait, I'll recharge the batteries, and then come back swinging in the new year. So nice. Hopefully it does well.
Nice. So most people, the challenge of just getting people to embrace a new comic is a hurdle in itself. But you're going all in with merchandising.
Yes. Yeah. I'm hoping. So people like t-shirts, they like hoodies. I've got bookmarks, buttons, collector coins. So yeah, I'm hoping it kind of helps me kind of just get there either quicker, or just get me into like stretch goals and things like that. So I am hopeful. Yeah, it's Kickstarters are never easy.
No, it isn't. It's a full-time job, and it probably leads to more depression than anything in the world, because I mean it takes so much out of you. I was just looking at Kickstarter today, and I was looking at how many campaigns that are on the last week, but they haven't even raised a single cent. So I mean, it takes a lot of work just to get people to even look at your product. So, you have to have a level of tenacity and chutzpah to be able to continue and push through it.
Yeah, I mean, the good old days of when Kickstarter first was here, you could literally just launch something and leave it.
Yeah.
But now there's like usually around 300 plus comics at any one time on Kickstarter. So you have to push yourself and get yourself out there, because you're competing with
everybody
pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, sex sells.
Yeah. I mean, everybody knows that not safe for work that's the number one thing that's dominating the Kickstarter genre. It's and it's always getting campaign we love or a project we love, and it's always at the top rankings. It's the fastest thing to rise, and drama sells and controversy sells and sex sells.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's just the world we live in, right?
Yeah, and if you're if like me, I'm doing a science fiction horror that doesn't have any sex in it or anything like that. It's you have to kind of work extra hard to get that out there and hope people take a risk, because at the end of the day, it's their hard-earned cash they're putting to help fund these comics. So I never take them for granted. They allow me to do stuff, to create comics that I love doing.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so now I'm going to give you the screen. Give us your elevator pitch. Let everybody know, and also where they can find you. So it's all yours.
Oh, thank you. You can find me on Instagram at Wroblewski Aaron. Pillars of Creation, like I said, is a science fiction horror. If you like Aliens, Event Horizon, this is definitely for you. It's character driven, some action, lots of horror. So be prepared. Lots to come.
Awesome. That's awesome. It was a pleasure having you on. You're always welcome back. You know how to find me. Much success to your campaign. You have 59 followers so far. When are you launching?
January 6th.
January 6th, right here. So the link is in the chat. It's also in the show notes. So hit that link, sign up, get notified to be followed. That's the biggest thing. The more people that sign up, the better the chances for the Kickstarter algorithms to push that project. So sign up today, and let everybody know where you heard it from. Thank you, Aaron, for being on the show, and happy holidays to you and your family. All the best.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
You got it, buddy. All right, so that was JD Calderon and Aaron Wroblewski, and I hope I got it right. But again, guys, check them out. JD Calderon has the Oswald Chronicles, and Aaron has Pillars of Creation. You can also catch him on Facebook. His link is in the summary. So go and follow him on Facebook and learn more about it. Again, and George will be back after the new year. We'll be back after the new year, and Drawing with Friends will be back after the new year too. My work has been taking a toll, so I haven't been able to get that going. But I'm still drawing on the back end, and I'm still getting all the stuff has been arriving. In fact, I have a big old box right here. So for those of you who ordered the, let's see if I can get this. Let's see. I don't know if you can see this. This is ridiculous. Oh, there it is. There it is. Hold on. Anyway, let's see. There it is. This is the 300-piece puzzle set. The boxes came in. So those of you who ordered the 300-piece puzzle set, they're here. And I will have it in my store on the website as well. So they arrived. Some of the prints have already arrived, and stickers have arrived. I'm just waiting for the softcover edition and the hardcover edition to arrive, and then I'll start packing them up and shipping them out to you guys for Forbidden. But in the meantime, sign up for Cosmic Wars. It's my baby. It was before Duty. It was before Forbidden. It was before anything I created. I created Gorf. So with that said, thank you all so much. From all of us to all of you, we wish you a merry and happy holiday season. Be safe. Hope you have time spent with your loved ones. Don't overwork yourself, and remember, take time for yourself. Mental health is a real thing, and even just being alone can help. Or if you just need to phone a friend. If you forgot to say I love you to somebody, make sure you do. With that said, if you like this episode, give us a thumbs up, hit that like, subscribe. When we grow, the independent community grows. With that said, I am Sam, the crazy man, Vera. And George is not here, but you guys, I will see you soon, and we are out.
It's just easy kids. That's not.
Crazy. Acquiesce.
No, I was talking about my friend Acquiesce. I met him.
Say my name,
Right?
This is what you were thinking? Oh, Lord.
He described me. He said, I'm the. What?
Catch the Craze. You're listening to Catch the Craze. You're listening to Catch the Craze. To Catch the Craze. You are listening to Catch the Craze on Catch the Craze. You're listening to Catch the Craze.